If you want to stop slicing this club, stop doing this. Pretty much any tee, any driving range I would go to, the most common shot would be the slice, particularly with the driver. So what happens? Generally, the club will come across the golf ball and the face will open. So when this face opens, it makes the ball start further right than where we're swinging and makes it curve further right. Think of it as a tennis shot. If that racket face is open at contact, that's the most destructive thing that you can do. What we're going to look at today is give you a very simple way of improving the swing path or club path, but also a concept and a practice swing that's going to really radically change the club face position to make sure you can get that more match to the path so it turns a slice into a pull at worst, or even turns it into a straight shot or a draw shot if we manage to complete the whole matrix. So, as discussed there, a slice is a path that would go in these yellow rods here with the face opening. Now the face may open for various reasons. It might be down to your grip being in what we call a weak position, which is more rotated to this side of the club, or it might well be the fact that when you swing back that lead wrist cups too much, causing that face to open. And it might be done in an attempt to try and get the ball up in the air. You know, subconsciously at some stage during your early years playing golf or early days playing golf, that you've tried to get that ball up for success. We very much want the opposite to that. We want the path to be a worse on a nice arc, so it's neutral into square to win as we would call it, or we want the path to be from the inside with that face closing down. So quite simply, for the path, what I'd encourage you to do is take 2 golf clubs or 2 alignment rods and place them at an angle that will point way to the right of the target we're going to. So in this case, let's say they're pointing close enough to 2 o'clock on the watch face, if 12 o'clock was the green in the distance there. I very much want to feel that my swing is going to be in that arc and continue to go in that arc as it goes through the golf ball. So it's like an exaggerated in-to-out path. So we very much want to feel that this path is in this zone and exiting on the same line as the zone, so it's very much an exaggerated in-to-out path. So straight away, if we can start doing some practice swings, the feeling on this zone, and then we continue to do that when we hit a normal drive, that'll start to change the club path. And the club path, without changing the club face, will potentially make you worse. If I make my path more to the right, but the club face is still open the same amount, now the ball is starting further right and still curving to the right. So that's pretty disastrous in terms of outcome. So we very much want to feel like we're swinging from the inside and closing that face down. Let's show you how to do that. So when we hit the slice shot, this club face is opening at that impact point. We very much want this club face to be turning down, closing, squaring up, whichever word you want to talk about. I very much want you to feel that you're hitting the ball with this part of the club. So if I do that, that's obviously exaggerated massively too closed. We'll use the expression that I use quite often, that we're going to feed what we need. So I'm going to get you to try and close that club face down to that extreme amount. And then obviously if you start hooking the ball, we'll go with a more natural swing. But we're trying to influence our normal pattern to change a little bit so that we can just get the club face to be less open. Obviously, if you have a weak grip, as we've already talked about, changing that grip at address will be a great help. And if the face is open because the lead wrist is very cupped, flattening that wrist at the top of the swing is going to be a great help also. So ideally, we want the grip to be fairly normal, the wrist to be fairly flat, and then I want you to feel that you're trying to hit the ball with the toe end of the club. So you're returning it like that, so as if you were going to kind of hit the ball down the fairway with the outside part of the club. And I certainly would like you to make some practice swings where you feel you do that to the extreme. And when you go to the golf ball, we're ideally going to swing in the zone and try and hit the ball with that part of the face. And that one felt they're quite manipulated, which is pretty cool because that's what I'm trying to do. But the ball flight was really, really good at low draw. So I generally are able to square the face up without doing this. So I would expect, if I did this to the extreme values I'm talking about, to try and turn that ball over too much right to left. Let's show you how we take this to the golf course. So on the golf course, quite simply, I'd want a practice swing that would look like it's going at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And when we stop level where the ball would be, the club face wants to be pointing down to the ground. We want that toe of the club to be extreme. Now, I don't really want you to feel you're doing this with a wrist flap. It's a forearm, it's an arm rotation, it's a body rotation, and a wrist rotation, which moves the shaft and moves that club head. But that's how the practice swing I'd want you to feel you're going to do. It doesn't feel like it ever goes at target. We always feel like we're going out towards the trees in this case, but that club face is really turning down with the arms and wrists. Then when we go to the golf ball, take a stance and probably focus only on the club face element. Just turn that club face down. Again, that one a great drive, just down the right hand side. Pretty neutral in flight, didn't really draw, but if I hit that every time, I'm be happy as Larry. I've hit the fairway, it's gone where I want to go. That's all I want to see really from my driving when I play. So if you want to stop slicing, give these two elements a go. I guarantee it will help. Work hard and exaggerate them on the practice area and take your natural swing to the course and play with trust. Thanks for checking out my video. Make sure you like and subscribe just to help me a little bit if you can.